Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my home birth. It was an experience, quite different experience than I have had from my past two births in a hospital. But yeah, my baby girl is here now. She's a week old already. I feel like it was literally just yesterday, and now she's already a week and she's getting chunky already. Okay, so January 20th I turned 39 weeks. So exactly on 39 weeks I started feeling contractions, and I was supposed to be due on the 27th, which I would be 40 weeks then. So yeah, the 20th was a Thursday. If I was to go to 27 weeks, it would have been a Thursday as well. I just thought it was funny, or not funny, but like a coincidence that I started feeling contractions on the 20th, because like my birthday is the 5th. My eldest daughter is the 10th, which we are like 5 days apart, like birthday wise. So yeah, I'm the 5th, she's the 10th, then my second is the 15th. So I was just like, what if my third came on the 20th? That would be like 5, 10, 15, 20. And although she didn't end up coming on the 20th, she came on the 21st at 12:22 a.m. So it was like close enough. But yeah, on the Thursday, the 20th, I remember it was like, I don't know what time, like super early in the morning, and I was feeling contractions, but like in my sleep. Like I thought that I was like dreaming. I thought I was dreaming and having like contractions, but I was actually feeling them. So when I got up, it was like around 9 o'clock, and I was starting to, my daughter does homeschool here, so like the online stuff, so I was just like trying to help her get ready and stuff. And then I was like, okay, wait, it wasn't a dream. I was like literally starting to feel contractions, which I'm like, okay, exactly 39 weeks, starting to feel contractions, which I thought I was gonna go like a little bit over my due date, because I did a week each with both of my other two. So I thought that I would be like either on time or a little bit after. So yeah, I started feeling them. It wasn't painful at the time. It was just like cramping, like period cramps kind of. And then that was like every 10 to 15 minutes, 15 to 10 minutes. And as the day went by, like I was feeling it all day. So I don't remember exactly what time it was when I was feeling a little bit more, and I called my midwife. And yeah, I said how I was feeling and stuff. And I noticed that, yeah, when I went to the washroom as well, I was seeing like, you know, a little bit, I guess a bit more of the mucus plug that was coming out. And throughout the day, they started getting a bit closer together. I noticed like when I was trying to get the girls ready for bed, which I had to like a bit earlier, it was like 7 o'clock, but I was starting to feel the more pain, where it's like, okay, I had to like pause in between or explain to my girls like, okay, I am feeling pain, the baby's coming soon, and I need to get you to bed. I had my sister over too, so she was like very helpful as well. Yeah, it was like, I'll say like, I think it was around 6 o'clock though when I called again to my midwife, and I was like, hey, yeah, I'm starting to feel them like, say every 5 minutes. So finally, like I was timing them, the times too, on my phone, so I'm just like, okay, just trying to keep like little track. I would say by 9 o'clock, so the girls were already like in bed. By 9 o'clock, I was like feeling contractions, like, okay, they were getting very painful. I tried to eat a bit. I was like walking around just to like, you know, try and get things going along too, but I couldn't just sit still. So, yeah, around 9, I was feeling the contractions like every 4 minutes, and then it got to like 3 minutes. By around 10 o'clock, the midwife finally came, because I'm like, okay, yeah, this is like every, like, literally 3 to 4 minutes. So, this was the fastest that my body had ever, like, progressed like this. Also, like, my water never broke my last 2 times. They had to, like, break it for me, but this time it did happen. And this wasn't until after, so it was like 10 o'clock, and the midwife was here, my boyfriend was here, like, she was checking me out. You know, she, like, checked inside and then said I was, like, 2 to 3 centimeters. And even though my contractions were, like, literally, it was, like, every 2 minutes. Like, I felt like, hey, this is, like, very fast, even though I was only 2 to 3 centimeters. And she said I still had to, like, dilate a bit, and, you know, for my, the lining to get, like, thinner and stuff. She also suggested for me to, like, lay down and get some rest, so have, like, a pillow in between my legs on my left side, and hopefully that would open up my pelvis a bit more. I didn't want her to leave. Like, I didn't say that to her, but I was feeling a lot of pain, and I was just, like, feeling like, hey, this baby is going to be coming soon. Plus, this was a different experience, right? Me choosing to have this baby at home. No epidural or anything like my past. So I was literally feeling every single thing. Was not pretty at all. So yeah, I was just feeling though, like, when she's like, okay, that I should try and get some rest, and then when it gets, like, closer, that she would come back, and I'm just like, but it's already so close. It was literally like 2 to almost a minute, it felt like, and I'm to myself, I'm like, this, like, where are you going? Like, aren't you gonna, like, stay here with me? Like, stay here too, just in case? But she left. When it was like 11:30, I remember, like, I tried so hard to just, like, try and relax, listen to, like, relaxing music, all that stuff. My boyfriend's just like, oh, you need to get some rest and all this. I'm like, I cannot. I tried. By, like, yeah, 11:30, I just got out of bed, and he's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going in the shower. Like, I felt like I need to take a shower or a bath. Like, I didn't call the midwife or anything at that point. I was just still like, okay, let me try and relax my body as much as I can, but, like, kind of, like, do what she said too, so that I could, you know, hopefully dilate a bit more. So I was in the tub, I turned on the shower, I put the stopper in so it could also, like, fill up to, like, a bath, and just let the hot water just go on my back, because I was feeling a lot of, like, lower back pains at that time too. The tub was, like, filling up, and I just remember being in there. I felt like I was in a different world the whole entire time. Like, this was so crazy. I remember being in the tub, and then I was just like, you know what? I feel like I can't do this. Like, I felt like I need to go to the hospital. I felt like I needed an epidural, because this was something else. The pain was, like, so excruciating. Like, I can't even describe it. And I remember at that point, my boyfriend was still sleeping, and I was in here, like, by myself. The lights it was dim, everything. I could barely call the midwife. Like, I had to page first, and it goes to like an operator person, and then you have to tell them your name, information, all that stuff, and then within like 10 minutes the midwife would page you back. I could barely even call. Like I had dialed, I couldn't even yell or do anything. Like I felt like, holy crap, like I need to go to the hospital. But I was able to call, like a man answered for the operating thing, and then I was just like, I remember just being so low, but saying my name, everything. I'm like, please tell her to call me, like, just call me, please. I couldn't even leave a proper message, and she called like before the 10 minutes, and she's like, what's going on, you know? And I was in here, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm feeling like pressure and stuff, you know? And I was like, I feel like I need to go to the hospital because this pain is like super bad. Like, this is really painful. Like, I don't think I can handle it. But literally the contractions were every minute at that time. It was like so close together. And then as I'm on the phone with her too, I was feeling like a lot of pressure, like, oh my gosh, like almost like I needed to push, but it was just like my body doing it for me, like naturally. I was like starting to feel like a lot of pressure down there in my lower area, and I told her that too on the phone. I was like, okay, no, I feel something. And then I literally felt and heard a pop, like a little pop in the water. That it was like kind of like halfway filled in the tub. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think my water just broke, you know, and I could barely even speak. She's like, what's going on, and, you know, and I was like, yeah, I think my water just broke. Immediately after I felt that, I felt like I had to push. Like, I'm not trying to, like, TMI or too much information, but, like, yeah, I literally felt like I had to, like, do number 2 as well. So bad. It's like my water broke, and then immediately just felt like, okay, the baby's coming. Like, I had to push. But I'm glad to have experienced like my water breaking as well, even though it was in the tub, so I didn't really feel like all that water or gushing out or anything like that. But obviously, like I said, it happened in the water, so I didn't really experience it like, you know, all just coming out just like that. But I did feel in here a pop. So like I said, after that I was feeling like so much pressure, and I just remember the midwife on the phone just asking, like, it's kind of like I was, yeah, in my own world, where she's like, oh, what's going on, like, and telling me like I needed to get out of the water. Like, she's like, get your boyfriend, get him. And I couldn't, like, I didn't feel like the strength or anything for me to like yell or, you know, even like get up fast enough. But she said that to get out the water, get him, and also to call the ambulance, because it would have taken her 20 minutes to get back over here. And it just sounded kind of like I didn't have enough time, like the baby was coming. And she also asked me to like kind of feel down there if I felt a head, and I definitely felt a head. Like, it wasn't like all like coming out like just that moment, but I did feel a head. So yeah, I hung up with her. She said she was gonna be on her way. I got out and I went to the room. My boyfriend was already up by that time. Like, he was like getting ready to come in. He had like heard me and stuff on the phone. So oh, actually I wasn't off of the phone yet with the midwife. I still had it in hand. Like, I was in so much pain. I just went over to the room, and then I passed the phone over to him, and she just said, okay, like, to call the ambulance. And by that time I was like on my bed, the corner of my bed, hands and knees positioning, and I was like screaming because I just felt I felt the baby was coming, like literally just so much pressure down there, as if I had to do number 2, and baby's head was starting to come out, but it was burning like crazy, and it felt like a watermelon was coming out. Like, I literally felt like it was tearing, just fire, burning, pain, just so much. Again, because like I didn't have an epidural this time, so I was feeling every single thing. It was a different experience. But yeah, everything happened so fast. And then while they were still on the phone, before he got off to call the ambulance, she's just like, oh, do you have like a shoelace? Do you have like this and this? Which I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, he might have to deliver the baby, or I might have to deliver this baby myself, because it literally felt like she was coming right there. And that's kind of part why I felt like the midwife, like, I don't know, could have like stayed a bit longer. I mean, like, the way that I was describing everything was happening so fast, and then, you know, she was even shocked herself, like, wow, it went from like zero to 100, like, everything just happened quick. And I'm just like, yeah, I kind of felt it happening. And yeah, but anyways, so he finally called the ambulance, and we're asking a bunch of questions over the phone, but I was just like please, just like praying for someone to just come, like for them to come and help, because by that time, like, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to make it to the hospital. Like, I would have had a baby in the car, or the ambulance or whatever, but they got here so quick. Like, it's like he was still on the phone with the I don't know if it's called, like, the dispatcher person, or yeah, anyways, and they were here within, like, it seemed like less than 5 minutes, or at least 5 minutes. Like, it was so super quick. Then there was like seemed like a mini little team. It was like 4 paramedic people, like all males, and I don't know, that was like, it was a tiny bit awkward, just because it's like you're coming into a scene with me, like, half basically naked, and just, I was on all fours. I mean, like, baby was just about to come out, and I was just grateful though that they were there, because I mean, they had like all their equipment and everything, like, came so super fast and was there to like assist me. So basically my body was, I didn't even have to like push. I just, like, my body was doing what it was supposed to be doing. Like, baby was like coming out. I didn't literally have to like strain and push. I was just more like trying to channel my energy, and I was yelling when it was like, you know, a certain, or more just like, I don't know, groans in pain. But yeah, I think it was like, my boyfriend said it was like 5, it seemed like 5 pushes, and then she was out. But to me, I think it was like, it felt like just 3, and then she was finally out, and then they caught the baby. I was still on all fours, like, I couldn't turn around yet, but, you know, the cord was still like attached, the placenta was still in me. Just grateful, everything went well. Like, that was a very painful experience, but it was like worth it. And then afterwards too, I just felt like, oh my gosh, like, I was in shock. Like, yeah, by that time, after, not too long after she came out, and then I was able to turn finally. Well, that was after my boyfriend cut the cord. I was able to turn. The midwife finally got there. So yeah, she missed like the delivery, and, you know, there to assist me. But I'm grateful, like I said, that everything just, you know, went the way it did safely, and I was able to have this baby vaginally again. My first was an emergency C-section, so I'm just grateful I was able to deliver this baby naturally, like, all naturally. Yeah, so not too long after, I still felt like I was just super in shock. Then delivered the placenta. Yeah, I was just, I think, to the paramedic people, I just felt super like, kind of like, yeah, I was in shock. I was in shock, like, almost like a natural kind of like high. And then that was it, basically. Like, The paramedic people left. Midwife was just still, both two midwives were here, just like, you know, doing what they do, and everything was fine. And I didn't have like any tears, they said, which I'm grateful. I didn't have to get stitches this time, but I literally did feel like I did tear a bit, because going to the washroom like the few days after was just very like painful. And overall my recovery has been like really good. I mean, like, it's been a week and like my bleeding is like basically done, which this is just like different from the past two. I felt like it was just much more heavier and I was in a lot more pain, like a lot more cramping, everything. Like, I feel so super like healed and good, like, gratefully. And like, I'm healthy, I feel great. My baby's great, healthy, I don't have any concerns. Like, my milk is in, it's been in since like the second day. Just feeling like a lot of pain that way with like my breast being like engorged and stuff. But I have a lot of milk. Like, I'm like, they're just huge. Like, I'm waiting like a little bit more before I start pumping, so I just don't like confuse my body and just I don't want to overproduce. There's already like more than enough that's there, so I'm grateful for that. This was like such a different experience, but like I'm still somewhat in shock, like how everything happened so fast. Like, she came earlier. My labor, it wasn't as long as my other ones. This all together, I don't know when to say. Okay, active labor for like maybe like, wait, what was that, from like 9 o'clock I was feeling it. I would say like 4 hours of active labor, and from 10 to 12:22 when it happened. So basically like 2.5 hours within that time. Okay, that felt like the most like active time, and she came within that like so quick. But basically the whole day before that, like, because that happened on Friday, 12:22 a.m. so the Thursday before that, I was just feeling like contractions all day. So I don't know really like how long to say like my labor was this time, because when I counted before for my second, it was like all together it was like 13 hours that I was in labor and 6 hours of active labor. And then my first, I was in labor for 24 hours before I had her. But yeah, this time along I feel like it was a lot more painful, like doing it natural wise, but faster and just like easier recovery. So yes, I'm grateful for that. And that's about it. Like, we're just now adjusting with a newborn and, you know, my other two, and just like routine and, you know, sleep wise for me, but it's getting better. I feel like she's getting used to nighttime sleepings. Yeah, that's about it. I guess I'll just end off the video here. I gotta get back to all my little ones now. But yes, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.